So when you got back from Medina, then you started teaching first in Islamic school, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay,
I taught in an Islamic school when I first came back. That was my
right.
first job.
And so then did you just start Al-Maghrib on the side, or did you quit the job, or how did you do it?
So at the Islamic school, they were, like I said, I had really great mentors and people with big ideas, and they wanted me working on Islamic curriculum. So from the very, like, hey, he's from Medina University, let him work on Islamic curriculum. I wasn't producing too much Islamic curriculum stuff. And then after a couple of years, they said, you know what, we need Islamic teachers, so go kind of like a step down, step down and become a teacher. And then I was like, look, you know what, instead of me writing a curriculum for the students, let me write a curriculum for the teachers.
Hmm.
And that kind of led to, hey, if I'm going to teach the teachers so that all these teachers can teach it, then you know what, then it developed into Islamic studies, then it developed into a Maghrib Institute, that kind of attitude. Like not a direct jump, but that was kind of like the line of thinking.
So did you just kind of like practically, what did you do? Did you just start like teaching them first, and then you did some courses on your own, like a 1 day course, or like, because we just want to get into like the nitty gritty of how did you start this huge thing? Because when you look at it now, it just looks like impossible to start, but obviously, alhamdulillah, you did start it. So
Okay, so it came from, I know I'm going back many years now, but it came from this. So I was teaching in Islamic school, and people would invite me on the weekends. There's a huge Islamic network of masajid and cities in the US, which is gigantic.
mm,
Like if I lived in the US, I'd probably never leave just because there's so many invitations and masajid and cities. So I would prioritize the universities and the university students. I really like to go and be with students and stuff like that, many of the universities across the US. And there would always be like, okay, what are you going to be talking about when you come? So I started to get annoyed that all these lectures are always a male, female, gender relation type lectures. And I'm just repeating myself, and nobody's really learning anything. And then I started saying to myself, hey, you guys, instead of you telling me what my speeches are going to be, why don't I tell you what the speeches are going to be? And instead of me coming and teaching like something for real over the weekend that you invite me, and instead of me coming for 1 weekend, why don't we do 2 weekends and actually make it like a real class?
mm.
And then why don't I get it accredited? And why don't we, and so like I said, these are pieces of the puzzle that came together to make a Maghrib Institute.
Amazing, alhamdulillah.